Hey guys, welcome back to the climbing series where we're looking to climb from platinum to diamond, keeping our win rate above 75%. In this particular match, it's going to be our Emerald promo game. So I don't want to take any chances. Whenever I play my promos, I make sure I'm fully healthy. My mindset is in full positivity, functionality. I've drunk enough water throughout the day. I've eaten healthy. I've gotten enough rest. I'm not fighting with my girlfriend, fighting with my boyfriend, whatever it might be. I haven't had a massive day at work. Just I made sure that I'm ready to go. In a general overview of ranked, I would always highly recommend that you're doing all those things in your ranked matches prior anyway. I'm just putting an emphasis on it with a promo match, I guess. So we're playing quite aggressive early, just trying to get my ward in on the Raptors. Because Fiddlesticks likes to start Raptors, and sometimes you can mess his clear up. Fiddlesticks always wants to go for a super fast full clear. Maybe you should check a YouTube clear Fiddlesticks video out if you don't know how he clears. It'll give you a very, very good idea on how to counterplay around that. Most Fiddlestickses can do 2 camps at once and can be very efficient. Some can't. And the way to counterplay that is you can invade him. This would be dependent. Shit. Throat's clogged now. My bad, guys. This would be dependent on your laners. So in this game, it would allow me to roam into his top side because he has a Kayle in the top side against the Singed. So that Singed is going to have priority over Kayle, which allows for him to cover me if I did want to dive him in the top side. Kayle would have to always sit under her tower because Singed is pushing Kayle in by doing that proxy farming. So she can't leave lane. So you could look to play like that into a Fiddlesticks early. So as I'm pathing down, yeah, I've noticed Fiddlesticks is off tempo because of the whole beginning of this match. So I'm just going to run in and steal his blue. Very sneakily. This might upset him. This might change his whole game plan. Yeah, it might just tilt him in general. Yeah, he's definitely tilted. We took his blue. We got his flash. We killed him. We took his wolves. And we killed his mid lane, so you could basically bet your ass they all want to FF right now. Nevertheless, we're going to make sure we keep up our fundamentals. We're not going to ease off our pressure. We're going to keep counter jungling where we can. Isolate Fiddlesticks out of this game. Got to keep an eye on Nautilus in this scenario. So he's gone MIA. He's about to dive. They're not respecting the fact of where my positioning was earlier. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Very lucky not to dive. The gank should have went a little bit smoother than that. Maybe that was my fault for going in too early. Maybe Braum could have hit Nautilus sooner. I'm not sure. So after this gank, you have to be very fast to make sure you're on tempo. Although we see Fiddlesticks with our Singed priority. So we know he's not in our top side quadrant stealing our camps. So the reason you'd want to go be after that bot lane gank is to cover your topside camps, because most junglers are going to try and trade that little gank that you did bot side for your top camps if you're not on point with those base timers. So Lissandra's pinging when I should do objectives. Just out of the blue. Just, why is my jungler not doing dragon when it's spawning? Type of nonsense, so I just mute that. I don't need the head noise. I feel like I'm in a pretty comfortable position to dictate the game, so I don't really need friendly pings at the moment. My map awareness is really good, so I can pick up on the fact of where, you know, players being MIA and stuff like that, so I don't need friendly pings in some cases. Sometimes that extra pinging and head noise can allow for me to just make mistakes, second guess myself, so it's easy for me to just stick to my own game. We gank bot there. This was just a full clear into a bot lane gank. Fiddlesticks must not be tracking me. If this is happening to you, make sure you're tracking the enemy jungler. Jungle tracking is a massive fundamental that you need to get good at. It's a part of your defense. You might be great at ganking, great at invading, all that sort of stuff, but if you're not jungle tracking, you're letting your team down, and they're going to die to dives, to just general ganks, when they could have been avoided by simple pings. So I'm staying on tempo, using that base timer efficiently. I'm going to run straight into my top side, clear my top side off before grubs are spawn. I've got Youmuu's very, very large power spike this early on in the game, so I want to be using that and utilizing Singed and his priority in the top lane to take grubs off the map. Singed is obviously going to love having grubs. He's a split pushing champion, so it's something I'm going to want to pick up for him. So I take my blue, take my Gromp, and then notice a trade happening with Kayle and Singed. And by no means do I want Kayle to get ahead in this match. She's practically their win condition. Bit of an unfortunate ult. Hanging around here puts me in an awkward position. Kayle walks up, maybe thinking Fiddlesticks is going to do more. Get rewarded for staying around. And then we get the Fiddlesticks as well. Probably could have picked up on Jace roaming, but I was too zoned in on getting those 2 kills in the top side. And Lissandra gets the mid lane and some plates off of my death anyway, so it's not the worst trade. As long as I can run straight to the grubs and cover the grubs, then we're okay. So if we can win this game, we'll be heading into Emerald with like a 78% win rate on Graves, which is pretty impressive. I'm hoping to maintain that win rate all the way through Diamond. So that I can keep up the educational content for you guys, showing you how to climb through each and every rank. So I'm just going into a full clear from grubs down. It's kind of predictable, but the game's in a very nice position. So if I can just full clear down, reset, spend gold. And then be on the map for dragon. I want to cover this Fiddlesticks ult. So we're just hovering. There's not really that much on the map that we can do except for wait for Drake. Take red off the map. We can't clear vision. We don't have any wards to put down. We can hover the Fiddlesticks. He's most likely gonna try and make a bot lane play. That's the most optimal thing for Fiddlesticks to do with his ult. So I'm just hovering bot. He shows there. So maybe I think, okay, Fiddlesticks isn't here. I don't have to worry about getting counter ganked. That's why I stopped my B. There's a potential for me to make a play on this bot lane. We can go back. We can spend our gold. Or we can opt to go for the Drake with bot lane priority and the fact that Fiddlesticks was in the top side. So this puts us in a good position. We get the Nautilus flash. We catch the Jace roaming for a bot lane gank, which is really important. I mean, he would have showed on that ward there, but this just allows us to hover and defend that gank. So now the Fiddlestick shows up. He tries to counter ult and basically eliminate the whole team, but fails. So everything's going in our favor this game. Sometimes you'll have these matches and don't take it for granted. Make sure you're doing everything right at the same time to capitalize and to end the game as soon as possible, as safe as possible. Stop his B. I ran in extra further just so that my Q would go off further behind him. So if the second Q did hit and the ult hit, he gets comboed and dies. Probably could have killed him there. Wasn't too sure if he had flash, so there's no reason for me to just overcommit on a dive like that when I'm 8-1. I'm better off just resetting, getting collector, recycling my camps, and then looking to counter invade. Or just invade in general. So I'm not even worried where Fiddlesticks is. Maybe I should be. I could just be recycling my camps. So I make a mistake. I instantly just say sorry because I got the Lissandra killed. That's definitely on me. Not a good play. This is why jungle tracking is important. I wasn't necessarily jungle tracking. I knew he'd be in that top side after his ult in the bot lane at Dragon. But I didn't expect for Naught to be there. It's okay to make mistakes. You've just got to make up for them after you make mistakes, instead of like tunnel visioning on negativity, it'll take you on a nasty path where you end up throwing the game. So make sure you just stay positive. Don't do anything crazy if you make a mistake. Stick to the fundamentals, stick to the basics. All the little things you do right in a match will eventually add up and lead you to the end goal. See, this is me just forcing too much. I'm trying to pressure with my gold lead, and it's kind of not working in my favor. So I'm just going to give up on the little plan that I had. I've realized it was an error. I'm going to go into recycling my bot side, take them off the map, get the gold. But yeah, every time you make an error, just make sure you're making up for it. It's the little things that you do in the early game and in the mid game that eventually build up and will bring you to that goal. They'll build it into a lead, and you'll win the game off the back of all the little things adding up. The higher you get as well, it becomes more important to be winning those little trades and making those little decisions that give you that one up on the enemy jungler. Because once you reach Diamond, the enemy jungler is at a very high skill level. So they're going to be matching things you're doing. So it's important you're choosing the trade that gives you back, say, more gold or more XP over what they're doing. So if they're invading, say if it's like an Olaf and he's invading your bot side quadrant, you've got two passive laners, one being in mid, one in the bot lane, and you can't cover your bot side quadrant, so you have to give it over to Olaf. You then have to look at what you're going to trade for that in the future. You could trade something for it in the near future, or you could work towards something in, you know, the further future. But whatever it is, you need to make sure it's paying back whatever that Olaf is doing to you, whether it's diving the top side on a really big wave, killing the top laner, and just boosting your top laner way further ahead by giving them that extra CS advantage and the plate advantage on the towers, you know, like. Yeah, this is what will make a difference in your ranked games in those high reloads. We've got that rift, just trying to utilize the pressure with it. Make sure it doesn't go to waste. Got 3 people in the mid lane. Gonna look to cover. I could keep pushing the bot tower, but in this scenario, no, I've realized it's not a good idea to cover. My bad. So I'll take away his wolves. We'll back off. Don't want to die a minute before Baron spawns. Singed finds a pick on a greedy Nautilus going for wards. There wasn't really a need for Nautilus to walk into the bot side. Drake's not spawning. There's no wards down there that he needs to clear. You would only head down there if you needed to get priority on vision over an objective. So it's, yeah, just not a good idea just roaming down there solo. Especially knowing, I'm pretty sure I would have shown on a ward in that bot side quadrant too. So hey, they would have known I was in that bot side because I just took the bot tower. Unless they just assumed I went B. Maybe. Making sure I still recycle my camps, even with massive gold and XP advantages. You still need gold and XP, even if you're 10 to 2. So never stop recycling camps, utilizing tempo. Fiddlesticks is unstoppable. He's starting to really make an impact. When you're versing Fiddlesticks, make sure the number one thing is do not forget about his ultimate ability. His ultimate ability can be completely game changing, especially with a Kayle on the enemy team. If he finds a 5-man ult and Kayle gets a cleanup, the game is going to completely flip into their favor. So by no means is this game winnable right now. We have to be extremely vigilant. Make sure Kayle doesn't get fed. Make sure we don't get caught out by Fiddlesticks ult. I don't want to allow for Kayle to get free gold like that. So we're going to make sure we shut her down if she's going to start pressuring like that. Doing this will change Kayle's mindset for the next time she goes to push a tower. She's going to be like, okay, I'm going to get collapsed on if I go into this position. So she's going to be too scared to split push. Some players just don't care and they'll just split push for towers regardless, knowing that they're going to die. So if players are doing that, make sure you are collapsing on them. And then make sure you capitalize off of the overlap advantage, which would be like a 4v5, because that top laner just died. We don't want to over commit. We know Drake is spawning. Want to look to go base. Preferably not on vision. So we're sitting pretty with 209 CS 22 minutes into the game. We've made sure that we're not giving over any major shutdown gold advantages. And we're just recycling camps efficiently as well. Really nicely done by that Lissandra. Beautiful play by Lissandra, winning us the game.
Rampage.
It's pretty unreal that she stole Dragon there. Even though Fiddlesticks had Smite. So we made it to Emerald. With a 78% win rate on Graves. We're going to jump right into Emerald matches. And I'm going to show you guys how to climb out of Emerald. Even though, from my experience, it's the most toxic elo you can be in. It's worse than bronze, silver, gold. Trust me. So we're going to climb through that elo. Stay tuned for the next videos. I'm sure you guys can learn something from it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this match. And what you want to see or hear about in my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.